Sometimes the biggest life lessons, they don't come from these grand adventures. They actually come from the quietest of places. Today, we're going to step inside a tiny, musty little bookshop in Tokyo to unpack the powerful story of healing and connection from Satoshi Yagisawa's Days at the Morisaki Bookshop. It's a journey that starts, like so many do, with a life-altering shock.
And like a lot of these stories about big transformations, this one doesn't exactly ease into things. No, it starts with a sudden, total shock. For our main character, Takako, her entire world was about to get turned completely upside down.
It feels like every great journey of discovery kicks off with some kind of crisis, doesn't it? A moment where the ground just gives way beneath your feet. Well, for 25-year-old Takako, who thought her life was pretty much on track, that moment was incredibly swift and absolutely brutal.
I want you to picture this. You're out to dinner, there's a beautiful view of the city, and you're with the man you love. And then, as casually as if you were just talking about the weather, he drops the bomb. He's marrying someone else, a colleague they both know. But here's the worst part. He'd been with this other woman for longer than he'd even been with Takako. In one horrifying instant, she realizes she wasn't just heartbroken. She was the other woman, and she had no idea. So yeah, the fallout is just catastrophic. I mean, how can you face him and his new fiancé at work every single day? You can't. So she quits. Suddenly, in a massive city like Tokyo, she's got nothing. No partner, no job, no one to turn to. It's just complete and total isolation. But just as she's hitting absolute rock bottom, just drifting alone in her apartment, a lifeline kind of appears out of nowhere. It comes from this crackly voicemail from a relative she hasn't seen in nearly a decade, her kind of weird Uncle Satoru. And the offer? It's strange, for sure, but you can't deny it's compelling. He's asking her to just leave everything, pack a few bags, and come live in the tiny room above his bookshop. He needs someone to watch the store in the mornings, and she just needs to escape. And this is the place, the Morisaki Bookshop. It's not some sleek, modern store. It's this small, two-floor wooden building that feels like it's from another time entirely, tucked away in Jimbocho, which is Tokyo's famous book district. This little building is about to become her entire world. So, her first impression isn't exactly magical. It's not that amazing smell of fresh ink and new pages. Nope, it's the overwhelming, musty scent of old paper, dust, and just time. But her uncle, in his wonderfully quirky way, he immediately reframes it. He doesn't smell musty, he smells something poetic. And this is one of the very first lessons in the story. Perspective is everything. It's about learning to find the beauty in stuff that other people might just dismiss. Healing, of course, is never instant. It doesn't just happen the moment she walks through that door. It's a slow, quiet process that starts not with some big revelation, but with a deep, profound retreat from the world. For weeks, this is literally her life. She does the absolute bare minimum to help her uncle, and then she spends the rest of her days just sleeping, hiding from a reality that's just too painful to deal with. She's found a refuge, but she's still very much in retreat. But here's the thing. You can't live in a bookshop, surrounded by thousands of stories, and not eventually pick one up. And one day, she does, and then another, and another. And these books, with their different lives and different worlds, slowly start to pull her out of her own head and back into the world. But it's never just the books, is it? It's the people they attract. Her healing really gets going because of the quiet support from her uncle, the surprising return of his wife Momoko, a new friendship with another book lover, and this whole cast of regulars who treat the shop like it's their second home. And through this mix of books and human connection, her entire perspective just flips. That musty, cramped little room she was hiding in, it's not a cage anymore. It's a sanctuary. She's no longer just a guest. She's really become a part of the Morisaki Bookshop's story. This whole transformation leads us right to the story's biggest lesson. See, the Morisaki Bookshop isn't just a physical place. It's the catalyst for a much deeper journey about what it actually means to belong. This brings up the central question of the book, right? Is home a building? Is it a city? A relationship? Or is it something else? Both Takako and her uncle are kind of searching for that answer. And it's Uncle Satoru who gives us this incredible realization. After spending years traveling the world, looking for something he couldn't even name, he finally understood. The search was never for a place on a map. It was always internal. This is the real heart of the story. Belonging isn't about finding the right address. It's about arriving at a place inside yourself where you can be completely honest, accept who you are, and just feel at peace. The bookshop was simply the safe harbor where Takako could finally start that journey. In the end, the bookshop really evolves beyond being just a store. It becomes this powerful symbol of everything that truly matters: the connections we make, the memories we create, and the stories we leave behind. This becomes especially clear through the story of Takako's aunt, Momoko. The shop is transformed. It's no longer just a business. It's a living archive of a family's love, their struggles, their joy, and their sorrow. Every single dusty shelf holds a piece of their history. In a letter she leaves behind, Momoko writes this incredibly beautiful line, cementing the bookshop's role as the physical proof of her love and love with Satoru. It's like the books on the shelves were their witnesses. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. Places, just like books, become precious to us because of the human stories that we fill them with. The Morisaki bookshop is just a small wooden building, but it holds the entire world of the people who loved it within its walls. So it leaves us with something to think about. We all have a Morisaki bookshop in our lives. A place, a person, maybe even a single book that offered us a safe space and helped us find ourselves again. What's yours?